Like I said, this isn't what I've been switching it over now. I figured out how to get this onto the other screen so you guys can actually see where we are. Let me go ahead and just. See if that gets any bigger. Like I said, if you want to let me know if you like that, like I said, if it's easier when going through reading. What even is this? So every night I'm getting on here and I'm reading the Bible live. I'm reading the Bible live in 90 days. So, like I said, tonight I'm going to be reading Job chapter 1 through chapter 21. This is night 37. So it's the 37th night. We're reading the Bible live in 90 days in the New King James translation. I do get on and do Rooted in Christ podcast Monday, Wednesday, and I'll be incorporating Fridays here shortly. But for right now, I'm just doing Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Monday through Friday, I'm getting on here and reading the Bible live in 90 days. So if you want to like, share, comment, let me know where you're watching from. And if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, I appreciate that as well. So, okay. Just make sure this is working real quick. Boom. All right. All right. So there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, one who feared God and shunned evil. And shunned evil. And 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. Also, his possessions were. Hold on, let's see if it makes it a little bigger. Also, his possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, 300 female donkeys, and a very large household, so that this man was the greatest of all the people of the East. And his sons would go and feast in their houses, each on his appointed day, and would send and invite their 3 sisters. Let me see if I can open it that way. Sorry. It's kind of small. There we go. Eat and drink with them. So it was when the days of the feast. Sorry, guys, bear with me. And this is new, trying to figure this out. When the days of the feasting had run their course, that Job would sin and sanctify them. He would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Thus, Job did it regularly. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves. Before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" And Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is none like him on the earth, blameless and an upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil." So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in your land. But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay hand on his person." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. Now there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their older brother's house. And a messenger came to Job and said, "The oxen were plowing and the donkeys feeding beside them, when the Sabians raided them, and they took them away. Indeed, they have killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was speaking, another also came and said, "The fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep, and the servants consumed them. I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another also came and said, "The Chaldeans formed their 3 bands, raided the camels, and took away, yes, and killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. And while he was speaking, also came and said, your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in the older brother's house. And suddenly a great wind came from across the wilderness and struck the four corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they are dead. And I alone have escaped to tell you. Then Job arose, tore his robe, and shaved his head, and he fell to the ground, and he worshipped, and he said, naked I have come from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And all this, Job did not sin nor charge God with wrong. It's not wanting to change. There it goes. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also along among them and to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said to Satan, from where do you come? Satan answered and said, from going to and fro from the earth, walking back on it. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil. And still he holds fast to his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him with a cause. So Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin. Yes, all that a man has, he will give for his life. But stretch out your hand now and touch his bone and flesh, and he will surely curse you to your face. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, he is in your hand, but spare his life. So when Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and struck Job with painful boils, and from the sole of his feet to the crown of his head, and he took for himself a potsherd with which to scrape himself, while he sat in the midst of the ashes. Then his wife said to him, do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die. But he said to her, you speak as one of the foolish women. You speak as one of the foolish women speak. Shall we indeed accept good from God, and shall we not accept adversity? In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. Now, when Job's three friends heard of all this adversity that had come upon him, one came from his own place: Eliphaz, the Temanite, Bildad, the Shuhite, Zophar, the Naamathite, for they had an appointment together to come and mourn with him and comfort him. And when they raised their eyes from afar and did not recognize him, they lifted their voice and wept. Each one tore his robe and sprinkled dust on his head toward heaven. And they sat down with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights. No one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his grief was very great. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. Job spoke and said, may the day perish on which I was born, and the night in which it was said, a male child is conceived. May that day be darkness. May God above not seek it, nor the light shine upon it. My darkness and my shadow of death claim it. May a cloud settle on it. May the blackness of a day terrify it. As for that night, may darkness seize it. May it not rejoice among the days of the year. May it not come into the number of the months. Oh, may that night be barren. May no joyful shout come to it. May those curse it who curse the day. Thus are those are ready to arouse Leviathan. May the stars of its morning be dark. May it look for light, but have none, and not see the dawning of the day, because it did not shut up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hide sorrows from my eyes. Why did I not die at birth? Why did I not perish when I came from the womb? Why did the knees receive me? Or why the breasts that I should nurse? For now I would have lain still and been quiet. I would have been asleep. Then I would have been at rest with kings and counselors of the earth, who built ruins for themselves, or with princes who had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or why was I not hidden like a stillborn child? like infants who never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary are at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They do not hear the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Why is light given to him who is in misery, and life to the bitter of soul, who long for death, but does not come, and search for it more than hidden treasures, who rejoice exceedingly, and are glad when they find the grave? Why is light given to a man whose way is hidden, and who God has hedged in? For my sighing comes before I eat, or my sighing comes before I eat, and my groanings pour out like water. For the thing I greatly feared has come upon me, and what I dreaded has happened to me. I am not at ease, nor am I quiet. I have no rest, for the troubles come. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, if one attempts a word with you, will you become weary? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Surely you have instructed many. You have strengthened weak hands. Your words have upheld him who was stumbling, and you have strengthened the feeble knees. And now it comes upon you, and you are weary. It touches you, and you're troubled. Is not your reverence your confidence, and the integrity of your ways your hope? Remember now, whoever perished being innocent, and where were the upright ever cut off? Even as I have seen, those who plow iniquity and sow trouble reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his anger they are consumed. The roaring of the lion, the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perishes for lack of prey, and the cub of the lionesses are scattered. Now a word was secretly brought to me, and my ear received it, a whisper of it. Disquieting thoughts from the visions of the night, when sleep falls on men. Fear came upon me in trembling, which made all my bones shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my blood stood up, or the hair of my body stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern its appearance. A form was before my eyes. There was silence. Then I heard a voice saying, can a mortal be more righteous than God? Can a man be more pure than his maker? If he puts no trust in his servants, if he charges his angels with error, how much more those who would dwell in the house of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, who are crushed before a moth? They are broken in pieces from morning till evening. They perish forever, with no one regarding. With no one regarding. Does not their own excellence go away? They die even without wisdom. There goes. Call out now. Is there anyone who will answer you? And to which of the holy ones will you turn? For wrath kills a foolish man, and envy slays a simple one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his dwelling place. His sons are far from safety. They are crushed in the gate, and there is no deliverer, because the hungry eat up his harvest, and are taking it even from the thorns, and a snare snatches their substance. For the affliction does not come from the dust, nor does trouble spring from the ground. Yet man is born to trouble, and the sparks fly upward. But as for me, I would seek God, and to God I would commit myself. Who does great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number? He gives rain on the earth and sends waters on the fields. He sets on high those who are lowly, and those who mourn and are lifted to safety. And he frustrates the devices of the crafty, and so that their hands cannot carry out their plans. He catches the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the cunning comes quickly upon them. They meet with darkness in the daytime. They grope at noontime at the night. But he saves the needy from the sword, from the mouth of the mighty, and from their hand. So the poor have hope, and injustice shuts her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrects. Therefore, do not despise the chastening of the Almighty. For he bruises, but he binds up. He wounds, but his hands make whole. He shall deliver you in 6 troubles. Yes, in 7 no evil shall touch you. In famine he shall redeem you from death, and in war war from the power of the sword. You shall be hidden from the scourge of the tongue, and you shall not be afraid of destruction when it comes. You shall laugh at destruction and famine. You shall not be afraid of the beasts of the earth. You shall have a covenant with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with you. You shall know that your tent is in peace. You shall visit your dwelling and find nothing amiss. You shall also know that your descendants shall be many, and your offspring like the grass of the earth. You shall come to the grave at full age. As a sheaf of grain ripens in its season, behold, this we have searched out. Oops. Hear it and know for yourself. Then Job answered and said, "Oh, that my grief were fully weighed, and my calamity laid with it on its scales, and then it would be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore, my words have been rash. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me. My spirit drinks in the poison. The terrors of God are arrayed against me. Does the wild donkey bray when it has grass, or does the ox low over its fodder? Can flavorless food be eaten without salt? Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? My soul refuses to touch them. They are as loathsome food to me. Oh, that I might have my request, that God would grant me the thing that I long for, that it would please God to crush me, that he would loose his hand and cut me off, that I would still have comfort. Though in anguish I would exult, he will not spare, for I have not concealed the words of the Holy One. What strength do I have that I should hope? And what is my end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or my flesh of bronze? Is my help not within me? Is success driven from me? To whom is afflicted, the kindness should be shown by his friend, even though he forsakes the fear of the Almighty. My brothers have dealt deceitfully the brook, like the streams of the brook that pass away, which are dark because of the ice, and into which the snow vanishes. When it's warm, they cease to flow. When it's hot, they vanish from their place. The path of their way turn aside. They go nowhere and perish. The caravans of Tema look. The travelers of Sheba hope for them. They are disappointed because they are confident. They come there and are confused. For now you are nothing. You see terror and are afraid. Did I ever say, bring something to me, or offer a bribe for me from your wealth, or deliver me from the enemy's hand, or redeem me from the hand of the oppressors? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue. Cause me to understand wherein I have erred. How forceful are right words? But what does your arguing prove? Do you intend to rebuke my words? And the speeches of a separate one, which are as wind? Yes, you overwhelm the fatherless, and you undermine your friend. Now, therefore, be pleased and look at me, for I would never lie to your face. Yield now, and let there be no injustice. Yes, concede, my righteousness still stands. Is there injustice on my tongue? Cannot my taste discern the unsavory? Is there not a time of hard service for a man on earth? Are not his days also like the days of a hired man? Like a servant who earnestly desires the shade, and like a man who eagerly looks for his wages. So I have been a lot of months of futility, and wearisome nights have been appointed to me. Where I lie down, I say, when shall I rise? And when the night be ended. For I have had my fill of tossing till dawn. My flesh is caked with worms and dust. My skin is cracked and breaks out afresh. My days are swifter than the weaver's shuttle, and am spent without hope. Oh, remember that my life is a breath. My eyes will never again see good. The eye of him who sees me will see me no more. While your eyes are upon me, I shall no longer be. As the cloud disappears and vanishes away, so he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more. Therefore, I will not restrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I a sea or a sea serpent, that you set guard over me? When I say my bed will comfort me, my couch will ease my complaint, then you scare me with dreams and terrify me with visions, so that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my body. I loathe my life. I would not live forever. Let me alone, for my days are but a breath. What is man, that you should exalt him, that you should set your heart on him, that you should visit him in every morning and test him every moment? How long? Will you not look away from me and let me alone until I swallow my saliva? Have I sinned? What have I done to you, O watcher of men? Why have you set me as your target, so that I am a burden to myself? Why then do you not pardon my transgression and take away my iniquity? For I will lie down in the dust, and you will seek me diligently, but I will no longer be. Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, how long will you speak these things, and the words of your mouth be like strong wind? Does God subvert judgment, or does the Almighty pervert justice? If your sons have sinned against him, he casts them away for their transgression. If you would earnestly seek God and make your supplication to the Almighty, if you are pure and upright, surely now he would make a way for you, or surely now he would awake for you and prosper your rightful dwelling place. Though your beginning was small, yet your latter end would increase abundantly. Inquire, please, of the former age, and consider the things discovered by their fathers. For we were yesterday and know nothing, because our days on earth are a shadow. Will they not teach you and tell you and utter words from their heart? Can a papyrus grow up without a march? Can the reeds flourish without water? While it is yet green and not cut down, it withers before any other plant. So are the plants of all who forget God, and the hope of the hypocrites shall perish, whose confidence shall be cut off, and whose trust is a spider's web. He leans on his house, but it does not stand. He holds it fast, but it does not endure. He grows green in the sun, and his branches spread out in the garden. His roots wrap around the rock heap and look for a place in the stones. If he is destroyed from his place, then he will deny him, saying, I have not seen you. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth others will grow. Behold, God will not cast away the blameless, nor will he uphold the evildoers. Yet he will fill your mouth with laughing, and your lips with rejoicing. But those who hate you will be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked will come to nothing. Then Job answered and said, truly, I know it is so. But how can a man be righteous before God? If one wished to contend with him, he could not answer him one time out of 1,000. God is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who has hardened himself against him and prospered? He removes the mountains, and they do not know when he overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth out of its place, and the pillars tremble. He commands the suns, and it does not rise. He seals off the stars. He alone spreads out the heavens and treads on the waves of the sea. He made the bear, Orion, and the Pleiades, in the chamber of the south. He does great things All right, I don't know if it's still going. Man, the internet is just, every time I read the Bible, internet works all day, works through all my streams. Soon as I start reading the Bible, all of a sudden the internet wants to quit working. Let me just make sure this is working. I'm sorry. All right, looks like I'm still live. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The devil's a liar. Do not allow me to catch my breath, but he fills me with bitterness. If a matter of strength, indeed, he is strong. And if justice, who will appoint my day in court? Though I were righteous, my own mouth would condemn me. Though I were blameless, it would prove me perverse. I am blameless, yet I do not know myself. I despise my life. It's all one thing. Therefore, I say, he destroys the blameless and the wicked. If the scourge slays suddenly, he laughs at the plight of the innocent. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the face of its judges. It is not he. If it is not he, who else could it be? Now my days are swifter than a runner. They flee away. See no good. They pass by the swift ships, like an eagle swooping its prey. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will put off a sad face and wear a smile. I am afraid of all my sufferings. Know that you will not hold me innocent. If I am condemned, then why do I labor in vain? If I wash myself with snow, water, and cleanse my hands with soap, yet you will plunge me into the pit, and my own clothes will abhor me. For he is not a man as I am, that I may answer him, and that we should go to court together. Now any mediator between us, who may lay his hands on us both, take his rod away from me, and do not let dread of him terrify me. Then I should speak and not fear him. But it is not so with me. My soul loathes my life. I will grieve with free course to my complaint. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me. Show me why you contend with me. Does it not seem good to you that you should oppress, that you should despise the work of your hands and smile on the counsel of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh, or do you see as man sees? Or are your days like the days of a mortal man? Are your years like the years of a mighty man? You should seek for my iniquity and search out my sin, although you know that I can, and there's no one who can deliver from your hand. No one who can deliver from your hand. Your hands are made me and fashioned me in intricate unity, yet you would destroy me. Remember, I pray, that you have made me like clay, and will you turn me into dust again? Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese, clothe me in the skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews? You have granted life and favor, and your care has preserved my spirit. And these things you have hidden in your heart. I know that it was with you. If I sin, then you mark me, and will not acquit me of my iniquity. If I am wicked, woe to me. If I am righteous, I cannot flip my head. I am full of disgrace. See my misery. If my head is exalted, you hunt me like a fierce lion. And again, you show me yourself awesome against me, and you renew your witness against me, and you increase your indignation toward me. Changes and war are ever with me. Why then have you brought me out of the womb? Oh, that I had perished and no eye had seen me. I would have been as though I had not been. I would have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease, leave me alone, and that I may take a little comfort before I go to the place from which I shall not return, to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, and the land as dark as darkness itself, and the shadows of death without any order, or where even the light is the darkness. Then Zophar the Namathite answered and said, should not the multitude of words be answered? And should a man full of talk be vindicated? Should your empty talk make men hold your peace? And when you mock, should no one rebuke you? For you have said, my doctrine is pure, and I am clean in your eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against you, that he would show you the secrets of wisdom. For they would double your prudence. Know that therefore God exacts from you less than your iniquity deserves. Can you search out the deep things of God? Can you find out the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than the heaven. What can you do? Deeper than Sheol? What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. If he passes by and imprisons and gathers judgment, then who can hinder? For he knows deceitful men. He sees wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For an empty-headed man will be wise. When a wild donkey's colt is born a man, if you would prepare your heart and stretch out your hands toward him, if iniquity were your hand and you put in far away, and would not let wickedness dwell in your tents, then surely you could lift up your face without spot. Yes, you could be steadfast and not fear, because you would forget your misery and remember as waters that have passed away, and your life would be brighter than noonday. Though you were dark, you would be like the morning, and you would be secure because there is no hope. Yet you would dig around you and take your rest in safety, and you would also lie down, and no one would make you afraid. Yes, many would court your favor, but the eyes of the wicked will fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope, loss of life. Then Job answered and said, no doubt you are the people, and wisdom will die with you, but I have understanding as well as you. I'm not inferior to you. Indeed, who does these? I am one mocked by his friends. One called on God and he answered him. Or who called on God and answered him? The just and blameless who is ridiculed. A lamp is despised in the thought of one who is ease. It is made ready for those whose feet slip. The tents of robbers prosper, and those who provoke God are secure. In what God provides by his hand. Now ask the beast, and they will teach you, and the birds of the air, and they will tell you. Or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, and the fish of the sea will explain it to you. Who among all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done? That the hand of the Lord has done this, and whose hand is the life of everything, and the breath of all mankind. Does not the ear test words, and the mouth taste food? Wisdom with aged men, and with the length of days, understanding with him are wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. If he breaks a thing down, he cannot rebuild. If he imprisons a man, there can be no release. If he withholds waters, they dry up. If he sends them out, they overwhelm the earth. With him are strength and prudence. They deceived, and the deceivers are his. He leads counselors away plundered, and he makes fools of the judges. He loosens the bonds of the kings, and binds their waist with the belt. He leads princes in way plundered, and overthrows the mighty. He deprives the trusted ones of speech, and he takes away the discernment of the elders. He pours contempt on the princes, and disarms the mighty. He uncovers deep things out of the darkness, and brings the shadows of death to the light. And he makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and guides them. He takes away the understanding of the chiefs of the people of the earth, and makes them wander in a pathless wilderness. They grope in the dark without light, and he makes them stagger like drunken men. Behold, my eye has seen all this. My ear has heard and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you, but I also speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But you forgers of lies, you are worthless physicians. Oh, that you would be silent. It would be your wisdom. Now hear my reasoning and heed the pleadings of my lips. Will you speak wickedly for God and talk deceitfully for him? Will you show partiality for him? Will you contend for God? Will it be when he searches you out? Or can you mock him as one who mocks a man? He will surely rebuke you. If you secretly show partiality, will not his excellence make you afraid? And the dread of him fall upon you? Your proverbs of ashes. Your defenses are defenses of clay. Hold your peace with me and let me speak. Then let come on me what may. Why do I take my flesh in my teeth and put my life in my hand? Though he slay me, yet I will trust him. Even so, I will defend my own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation. For a hypocrite could not come before him. Listen carefully to my speech and to my declaration with your ears. See now, I have prepared my case. I know that I shall be vindicated. Who is he who will contend with me? For now I hold my tongue. I perish. Only two things do not do to me. Then I will not hide myself from you. Withdraw your hand far from me, and let not the dread of you make me afraid. Then call, and I will answer. Let me speak, then you respond to me. How many are my iniquities and sins? Make known to me my transgression and my sins. Why do you hide your face and regard me as your enemy? Will you frighten a leaf driven to and fro? Will you pursue dry stubble? For you write brighter things against me and make me inherit the iniquities of my youth. You put my feet in the stocks and watch closely all of my paths. You set a limit for the soles of my feet. Man decays like a rotten thing, like a garment that is moth eaten. Man who is born of woman is a few days and full of trouble. He comes forth like a flower and fades away. He flees like a shadow and does not continue. And do you open your eyes on such a one and bring me to judgment with yourself? Who can bring a clean thing out of the unclean? No one. Since his days are determined, the number of his month is with you. You have appointed his limit, so he cannot pass. Look away from him that he may rest. Till you, like a hired man, he finishes his day. For there is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, that it will be sprout again, and that its tender shoots will not cease. Though its roots may grow old in the earth, and its stumps may die in the ground, yet at the scent of water it will bud and bring forth branches like a plant. But man dies and is laid away. Indeed, his breath is last. And where is he? As water disappears from the sea and the rivers become parched and dries up, so man lies down and does not rise up till the heavens are no more. They will not awake, nor be aroused from their sleep, nor would hide me in the grave. That you would conceal me until your wrath is past, that you would appoint me a set time and remember me. Oh, I think it freaked. There it goes. You shall call me and I'll answer you. You shall desire the work of your hand. Now you number my steps, but do not watch over my sin. My transgression is sealed up in a bag, and you cover my iniquity. But as a mountain falls and crumbles away, as a rock is moved from its place, as water wears away stones, and as torrents wash away the souls of the earth, so you destroy the hope of man, and you prevail forever against him, and he passes on you. You change his countenance and send him away. His sons come to honor, and he does not know it. They are brought low, does not perceive it, but his flesh will be in pain over it, and his soul will mourn over it. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, should a wise man answer with empty knowledge and fill himself with east wind? Should he reason with an unprofitable talk, or be speechless with which he can do no good? Yes, you can cast off fear and restrain prayer before God, for your iniquity teaches your mouth, but you choose the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, and not I. Yes, your lips testify against you. Are you the first man who was born? Or were you made before the hills? Have you heard the counsel of God? Do you limit wisdom to yourself? What do you know that we don't know? What do you understand that is not in us? Both the gray haired and the aged are among us, much older than your father. Are the consolations of God too small for you? Are the words spoken gently with you? And does your heart carry you away? And what do your eyes wink at? That you turn your spirit against God and let such words go out of your mouth. What is man that he could be pure? And he is born of a woman that he could be righteous. If God puts no trust in his saints, and the heavens are not pure in his sight, how much less is man, who is abominable and filthy, who drinks iniquity like. Hear me, when I have seen what I have seen, I will declare. What wise men have told you, anything received from their fathers, to whom alone the land was given, and no alien passed among them. The man rise with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden from the oppressor. Dreadful sounds are his ears, and prosperity the destroyer comes up upon him. He does not believe that he will return from darkness, for a sword is waiting for him. He wanders about for bread, saying, where is it? He knows that the day of darkness is ready at hand. Trouble and anguish make him afraid. They overpower him like a king ready for battle, for he stretches out his hands against God and acts defiantly against the Almighty, running stubbornly against him with his strong embossed shield, though he has covered his face with his fatness, and he's made his waist heavy and fat. He dwells in desolate cities, in the houses which no inhabits, which in the houses which no one inhabits, which are destined to become ruins. He will not be rich, nor will his wealth continue, nor will his possession overspread the earth. He will not depart from darkness. The flame will dry out his branches, and by the breath of his mouth he will go away. Let him not trust to futile things, deceiving himself, for futility will be his reward. It will be accomplished before his time, and those branches will not be green. He will shake off his unripe grape like a vine, and cast off his blossom like an olive tree. For the company of hypocrites will be barren, and fire will consume his tents of bribery. They conceive trouble and bring forth futility. Their womb prepares deceit. Then Job answered and said, I have heard such things. I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are you all. Shall words have wind and have an end? Or what provokes you that you answer? I also could speak as you do. If you're my soul's place, I could heap up words against you and shake my head at you. But I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the comfort of my lips would relieve your grief. Though I speak, my grief is not relieved. And if I remain silent, how am I eased? But now he has worn me out. You have made desolate all my company and have shriveled me up. And it is witness against me. My leanness rises up against me and bears witness to my face. He in his wrath and he hates me. He gnashes at me with his teeth. My adversary sharpens his gaze upon me. They gape at me with their mouth. They strike me reproachfully on the cheek. They gather together against me. God has delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over to the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he shattered me. He also has taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces. He has set me up as for his target. His archers surround me. He pierces my heart and does not pity. He pours out my gall on the earth. He breaks me with the wound upon wound. He runs at me like a warrior. I have sewn sackcloth over my skin and laid my head in the dust. My face is flushed from weeping. On my eyelids is the shadow of death, although no violence is in my hands, and my prayer is pure. O earth, do not cover my blood, and let my cry have no resting place. Surely even now my witness is in heaven and my evidence is on high. My friends scorn me. My eyes pour out tears to God. Oh, that one might plead for a man with God, as a man pleads for his neighbor. For a few years are finished, and I shall go the way of no return. My spirit is broken. My days are extinguished. The grave is ready for me. Are mockers with me? And does not my eye dwell on their provocation? Now put down a pledge for me with yourself. Who is he who will shake hands with me? For you have hidden in their hearts from understanding. Therefore, you will not exalt them. He who speaks flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children will fail. But he has made me a byword of the people, and I have become one in whose face men spit. My eyes have also grown dim because of my sorrow, and all my members are like shadows. Upright men are astonished at the time, and the innocent stirs himself up against the hypocrite. Yet the righteous will hold to his way, and he who has clean hands will be stronger and stronger. But please come back again, all you, for I shall not find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off. Even the thoughts of my heart, they change in the night into day. The light is near. They say, in the fit of darkness, I will wait for the grave as my house. If I make my bed in the darkness, if I say to corruption, you are my father, and to the worm, you are my mother and my sister, where is my hope? As for my hope, who can see it? Will they go down to the gates of Sheol? Shall we have rest together in the dust? Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, how long till you put into the words? Gain understanding, and afterward we will speak. Oops. There it is. Why are we counted as beasts and regarded as stupid in your sight? You will tear yourself in anger. Shall the earth forsaken for you? Or shall the rock be removed from its place? The light of the wicked indeed goes out, and the flame of fire does not shine. The light is dark in this tent, and his lamp beside him is put on. The steps of his strength are shortened, and his own counsel casts him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walks into a snare. The net takes him by the heel, and a snare lays hold of him. A noose is hidden from him on the ground, and a trap for him on the road. Terrors frighten him on every side, and drive him to his feet. He is strengthened and starved, and destruction is ready at his side. It devours patches of his skin. The firstborn of death devours his limbs. He is uprooted from the shelter of his tent. They parade him before the King of Terrors. They dwell in who are none like this. Brimstone scattered on his dwelling. His roots are dried out below, and his branch withers above, and the memory of him perishes from the earth. And he has no name among the renowned, and he is driven from the light into darkness and chased out of the world. He has neither son nor posterity among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling. Those in the west are astonished at his day, and those in the east are frightened. Surely such things are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him who does not know God. Then Job answered and said, how long will you torment my soul and break me into pieces with words? Then these 10 times you have reproached me. You are not shamed. You are not ashamed that you have wronged me. If indeed I have erred, my error remains with me. If indeed you exalt yourself and plead my disgrace against me, know then that God has wronged me and has surrounded with his net. If I cry out concerning wrong, I am heard. I am not heard. If I cry aloud, there is no justice. He has fenced up my way so I cannot pass. He has set darkness in my path. He has stripped me of my glory and taken the crown from my head. He breaks me down on every side, and I am gone. My hope is uprooted like a tree. He has also kindled his wrath against me. He counts me as one of his enemies. His troops come together and build up the road against me. They encamp all around my tent. He has removed my brothers far from me, and my acquaintances are completely estranged from me. My relatives have failed. My close friends have forgotten me, and those who dwell in my house and maidservants count me a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I call my servant, but he gives no answer. I beg him with my mouth. My breath is offensive to my wife, and I am repulsive to the children of my body. Even young children despise me. I arise and they speak against me. All my close friends abhor me, and those whom I love have turned against me. My bone clings to my skin and to my flesh, and I have escaped by the skin of my teeth. Have pity on me. Have pity on me, O you, my friends. For the hand of God has struck me. Why do you persecute me as God does? Are you not satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were written. Oh, that they were inscribed in a book, that they were engraved on a rock with an iron pen and lead forever. For I know that my Redeemer lives. He shall stand at last on the earth. And after my skin is destroyed, this I know, that in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold and not another. How my heart yearns within me. If I should say, how shall we persecute him? Then the root of the matter is found in me. Be afraid of the sword for yourselves, for wrath brings the punishment of the sword, that you may know that there is judgment. Then Zophar the Daemon answered and said, therefore my anxious thoughts make me answer because of the turmoil within me. I have heard the rebuke that reproaches me, and the spirit of my understanding causes me to answer. Do you not know this of old? Since man was placed on earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites is but for a moment. Though his haughtiness mounts up to the heavens, and he reaches to the clouds, yet he will perish forever like his own refuse. Those who have seen him will say, where is he? He will fly away, dream, and not be found. Yes, he will be chased away like a vision of the night. The eye that saw him will see him no more, nor will the place behold him any more. His children will seek the favor of the poor, and hands will restore his wealth. His bones are full of his youthful vigor, but it will lie down with him. And though evil is sweet in his mouth, and he hides it under his tongue, though he spares it and he does not forsake it, but still keeps it in his mouth. Yet food in his stomach turns sour. It becomes cobra venom within him. He swallows down riches and vomits them up again. God casts them out of his belly, and he will suck the poisons of cobras. The viper's tongue will slay him. He will not see the streams, the river flowing with honey and cream. He will restore that which he labored and will not swallow it down. For the proceeds of business, he will get no enjoyment. For he has oppressed the forsaken, the poor, and he has violently seized a house which he did not build, because he knows no quietness in heart. He will not save anything he desires. Nothing is left for him to eat. Therefore, his well-being will not last. His self-sufficiency will be in distress. Every hand of misery will come against him. When he is about to fill his stomach, God will cast him the fury of his wrath. It will rain down on him while he is eating. He will flee from the iron weapon. A bronze bow will pierce him through. In is dawn and come out of his body. Yes, the glittering point comes out of his gal. Terror comes upon him. Total darkness is reserved for his treasures. An unfanned fire will consume him, and it shall go ill with him who is left in his tent. The heavens will reveal his iniquity, and the earth will rise up against him. The increase of his house will depart, and his goods will flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion from God, wicked man, the heritage appointed to him by God. Then Job said, listen carefully to my speech, and let this be your consolation. Bear with me that I may speak. And after I've spoken, keep mocking. As for me, is my complaint against man? If it were, why should I not be impatient? Look at me and be astonished. Put your hand over your mouth. Even when I remember, I'm terrified, and trembling takes hold of my flesh. Why do the wicked live and become old? Yes, become mighty in power. Their descendants are established with them in their sight, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear. Neither is the rod of God upon them. Their bull breeds without failure. Their calves without miscarriage. They send forth the little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They sing to the tambourine and the harp and rejoice to the sound of the flute. They spend their days with wealth and in a moment go down to the grave. Yet they say to God, depart from us, for we do not desire knowledge of your ways. Who is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit do we have to pray to him? Indeed, their prosperity is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How often is the lamp of the wicked put out? How often does the destruction come upon them? The sorrows God distributes in his anger. They are like straw before the wind, like chaff that a storm carries away. They say, God lays up iniquity for his children. Let him recompense him, that he may know it. Let his eyes see his destruction. Let him drink the wrath of the Almighty. For what does he care about his household after him? When the number of his months is cut in half, can anyone teach God knowledge? Since he judges those on high, one dies in full strength, being wholly at ease and secure. His pails of milk, full of milk, and marrow of his bones is moist. Another man dies in the bitterness of his soul, never having eaten anything with his pleasure. They lie down alike in the dust, and worms cover them. Look, I know your thoughts, and the schemes with which you would wrong me. For you say, where is the house of the prince? And where is the tent, the dwelling place of the wicked? Have you not asked those who travel the road? Do you not know their sin or their signs? For the wicked are reserved for the day of doom. They shall be brought out of the day of wrath. Who condemns his way to his face? And who repays him for what he has done? Yet he shall be brought to the grave, a vigil kept over his tombs. The clods of the valley shall be sweet to him, and everyone shall follow him, and countless have gone before him. How then can you comfort me with empty words, and since falsehood remains in your answers? And I believe, boom, Job 1. There we go. That's Job chapter 1 through Job chapter 22. Tomorrow we'll finish reading Job. I appreciate us getting on tonight. Like I said, I'm just on here reading the Bible live in 90 days. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're getting through here. Like I said, this is day 37. And tomorrow I'm reading Monday through Friday. I'm reading the New King James translation right now. We're reading through it and reading the Bible live in 90 days. If you want to partner with what we're doing here with Rooted in Christ, you can scan the QR code, or you can just give at $. I was trying to get it to scroll across the bottom where it will tell you. $. It's a Cash App, Rooted in Christ 73. So if you want to give and sow into what we're doing here with the Rooted in Christ podcast, we appreciate that. We are crowdfunded. Everything we do comes through you guys, and that's how we keep going and doing what we're doing. So I appreciate you guys being on. Like I said, tomorrow we will be back on reading day 38 and finishing Job. So God bless you, and thank you for being on. Have a great night.